Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Tony with RcHelpDotCom. Today's video, we're going to be putting these satellite receivers onto the Goblin. In order to do that, we have to take this one cable and we have to make it into two. That's why we got these crimpers, that's why we have these ends, and that's why we have these plastic ends, I guess. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the satellites, and I'm probably going to put this one, something about like right there, and then I'm going to take the other one and put it over here on the other side. But this one is going to sit like this. That way the antennas are in two different orientations. So without further ado, what we need to do is measure out the wire. So this wire I've had sitting on the shelf with the Goblin for I don't know how long. So I had it wrapped up. So we need to kind of do a preliminary run. I'm just going to reach in here and put this through this hole. And the reason I had to reach in is I had to grab these wires and pull them out of the way. Alright, the pins are on the bottom. Let's go ahead and bring this on around. And we're going to plug this one into the back because the front, this right side is going to go in front of the gyro, under it, come back over, and then down. So plugging this one into the back hole just seems a little bit better. Alright, we're going to have this one. Yeah, I guess we'll have it about right there. So we need to cut this wire, let's say about right there. Go ahead and snip. No turning back now. And then this one, like I had mentioned, is going to go underneath. So let's go ahead and get this one cut to length. Get it routed underneath the gyro. Go ahead and set it there for a second. Go ahead and get this guy pushed in. Alright, that looks pretty good. That pulled down there. Get that pushed through there. And then here we need to take into account of how we're going to secure it. We don't want to put any stress on the gyro. So make sure we have plenty of slack. And quite honestly, now let's cut a little bit off of this. Let's cut about that much off. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, there we go. So now we have our two ends cut and we're ready to terminate these ends. And the reason I wanted to use a cable that already had ends on it is so I only had to do half the work. That's the only reason. Because these things are tiny. So let's go ahead and get them unplugged and then we'll get the camera zoomed in and we'll get these plugs put on. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got all the little ends taken off the tree, and I have straightened out the wires on this. So now we need to strip these back and get them crimped on. Stripping them is the easy part. Getting them crimped on, not the easy part. Grab our wire strippers here. I did try to strip it with the wire cutters, and yeah, that wasn't working too well. So these right here are the crimpers that we're going to be using, and they are spring loaded, which can fight against you. These are not ratcheting like they are for my servo crimpers. Alright, so we need to get this little guy loaded up into that crimper. This is easier said than done because I've already done it like twice. Now that the camera's actually focusing, we'll see how long that lasts. Just kind of push that up in there, make sure you're kind of straight. It's really hard to get this one straight. And then what I do is I just grab this part with my left hand or right hand, depending on which hand you use, and then reposition on here. And then take our wire, lay it in there, push it in, get your finger out of the way so you don't pinch it, and crimp it down. And now we're going to kind of spin this over to where I can look at the back side of this. Then we're going to go to the smallest setting, which is the 0.7. Give that a good crimp. Pop it out. Now we're going to go to the third slot and we're going to start the insulation crimp. Then we're going to go back to the second slot and we're going to finish it. Give it a little tug test, and there we go. Your final test, we'll be putting it into here, and the gray is going to go on the right side with your little retaining bars facing up. Of course, this is for Spektrum receivers. Little tug test. There we go. And now we just get to do that 5 more times. Yay. Alright, second one. Go ahead and get it loaded up into the 1mm slot. Switch hands. Grab our wire. Get it in there. Go ahead and crimp it down. Flip it over. Go to our 0.7. Give that a good crimp. Come on, pop out of there. Alright, that looks good. Go back to our third slot. Give that a little crimp. Little tug test. Perfect. The black wire will be going in the center. On this one, I kind of need to give it just a little bit of a helping push to get up in there. And there we go. Alright, this red one, or orange, as the case may be, kind of frayed, so I'm just going to give it a little twist. And then the last one that I'm going to show on camera, this little guy right here. I don't like the way he went in. If you don't like it, pull it back out, do it again. There we go. Alright, flip it around. Make sure you don't have any wires fraying out. Crimp it down. This time I'm going to choke up on that end a little bit. Go to 0.7. Take a look at it. Looks good. Alright. Back to the 1.3. Go ahead and get the insulation clamp crimped on there. Don't slip off. Don't let it twist. And there we go. And obviously this one's going to go on the right side. This one needs a little bit more massaging. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it did kind of mushroom out a little bit. I really wished I had like a 1.2. Alright, go ahead and get her into the connector. Little tug test. And there we go. A completed satellite extension. So on satellite wires, I just give them a twist since they're not paired together. And that will go on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead, knock this one out real quick, and we'll get this thing wired up. And there we go. We got both of them made. Now all we got to do is mount the satellites. Alright, so I'm going to do a temporary mounting of the satellite receivers. So I'm going to use just really small pieces of double-sided tape. This is not the double-sided tape that I would usually use. Unfortunately, I can't find that. So we'll just go ahead and stick these on here. And this will at least get them put into their place. Just a little bit of tape. Now we get the fun time of taking this freaking backing off. Alright, so we'll set them satellites out the way. Bring the helicopter back in here. Let's go ahead and run this right side first, because this one's the one that's got to go underneath everything. So we'll just grab our wires after I get the head out of the way for you guys. Get that down there. We can grab it, shove it down there. Grab this piece. Go ahead and get it plugged in. Pull this through. And try to wire manage it the best you can. And again, we still got to go through, put zip ties on this and secure everything to the sidewalls. That way it's not flopping around. Can't get into a belt or nothing like that. Some of you guys may have noticed that I have not cleaned the back of these or the frame, and you're right. I actually don't want to clean it because I don't want to use this tape. This tape is just temporary until I can find my other tape. And there we go. Plugs right in. This satellite is going to be horizontal. Find exactly where I want it. Thinking right there looks pretty good. And that's what we'll use to wire manage it as far as location. This in here, we can just kind of put a little crease in the wire, and that'll get the kind of preliminary location set up for it. This one is really easy. This one just goes down through here, spin it around, grab it with the tweezers, plug it in. Boy, those the front one is the old terminal, and the back one is the new one, and the back one is significantly harder to push in. And here, go ahead and route this, get it down there through the hole, maybe. All right, there we go. And again, you don't want to put any tension on any wire that's going into the gyro. You want everything nice and free, otherwise it can transfer vibration, and that would be bad. Go ahead and plug this satellite in. Perfect. And this one is going to be vertical, so we are going to set him right there. We can still get to all the screws. And there we go. So we have one vertical, one horizontal. And with that, making custom satellite receiver wires is done. If you are blind like me, you're going to need glasses to do this, because these things are insanely small. And if you have shaky hands, I wish you the best of luck. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe. Be sure to ring that bell so you know when we come out with new content. Questions, comments, suggestions, go ahead and post them in the comments section below. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.